All right, everyone. I am here with Mr. Wayne Newton, Mr. Las Vegas. 50 million people have seen your stuff outside the DVDs and the TV things, and 30,000 performances.
30,000 performances, and that was about 20 years ago, so there's probably one or two since then.
One or two since then. Well, I think it's going to be a quick one tonight, and before we had the earlier show, women were crazy. I've never seen more unmentionable panties, bras thrown on stage. It was like a Victoria's Secret show. And what I was thinking is, I studied some of your moves before that. Do you think you could, give me a little tutorial on it if I show you what I've learned from you over the years?
Well, Chance, show me what you're talking about.
Okay, first of all, now there was one, the Elvis move, because you and Elvis were dear friends,
yes.
And it was something where it was like.
No, Elvis was kind of it was this. It's.
You got to stretch before that.
That might not work for you.
Okay, we'll skip that one. All right. Is there another one?
How about a Tom Jones one?
All right.
All right. Let me see your impression of Tom.
I'm a big fan of yours. I didn't study Tom. Sorry, Tom. I was very risky. But I did this because I've seen you've had one.
I always have one of those.
But one is good, two is better, right?
No, not actually. It almost looks like it could be going to a funeral, and we don't want that. So this looks better.
This works. Okay, just one. All right. So I should stay away from that movement.
Right.
Any of the other moves that you have? Because I mean, the women just go crazy, and it's not working for me. I'm trying my best. I'm reading books, but all your years of success.
I think that probably, Chance, we'd probably be better off to just sit down and talk a little bit, because teaching you some of those moves might take a little time.
Okay. Well, I'm a quick study, but clearly we don't have much to work with. Right. So why don't we take a seat? All right. So I met some beautiful people here tonight. There's someone, Kat, and who is that?
Kat is my wife, and Kat is short for Kathleen. Her last name, her maiden name was Macron, so she's pure Irish, and beautiful, and she doesn't see too well, which is why she married me.
He's got the looks and personality. And then there's also a little beautiful person, Lauren Ashley, rolling around.
Lauren Ashley is our 9-year-old daughter. When Kat and I met, I was a single parent for about 12 years. And I was sure that I would never remarry again, because the first one was not something I wanted to write home about. And then Kat and I met, so she got to go through the teenage years with my first daughter. And then when my daughter moved out and got her own place and all that, I thought, hey, we can go places now. We can do things. I'm not tied down, all that. And my wife hit that biological time in her life, and she said, I would like to have a baby. And I went, okay.
I was this close to being free.
This close. But she's
pulling you back in,
yes,
like De Niro or whatever.
She's been the love of our life, obviously, and we're awfully proud of her, and I wouldn't change a thing for the world.
And there's also Marilyn floating around here, too, right?
Marilyn is my mother-in-law. Now, most guys, when guys are going to get married, I don't know if you're married, Chance, but
I've escaped it last
okay,
yeah.
Well, the first thing your friends will tell you, actually, it's the second thing they tell you. First thing they tell you is don't do it. All right. The second thing they tell you is to go look at your mother-in-law, because then you will know what your wife is going to look like later.
Like time-lapse photography, that's what you're getting.
Exactly. So I went to see my mother-in-law. She lived in Cleveland, right? And when she opened the door, I thought, what a gorgeous lady. And I said to her, when is my wife going to look like you? And she knew I was Indian, but she had the wrong Indians, because being from Cleveland, and she said, what position do you play? I said, I think you've got the tribes mixed up.
That's funny. I'm surprised, knowing you, that you didn't go along and be like, shortstop, pinch hit.
Well, I thought any place I went would probably be the wrong place, because she was looking forward to her daughter marrying a doctor or a lawyer, because my wife isn't a recovering attorney. And so when she heard that she was going to marry an Indian, that was a little tough for her to deal with, I think. But she is a wonderful, wonderful lady, and I'm the luckiest guy in the world, because I married into a family, a very close-knit family, and we all have just simply become family. and that's what it's about.
I've seen you guys in action, and it's perfect. So all that
Thank
Hollywood stuff, forget it. You're the real thing. Now, how about November 18th, 1964?
November 18th, 1964.
Headline. So many shows, right?
Yeah, I think that was the Flamingo, right? You've done your homework, haven't you?
I tried. I got nervous there. I thought, well, if he doesn't know, then I clearly said something wrong.
Well, what had happened in those years, that was my first time headlining in Las Vegas. I had been in the lounges from 1959 through 63 and part of 64. And in those years, when you played the lounges and you became important as a lounge act, you never got a chance to play the main room. So when it came my time, the owner of the Flamingo in those years, which is different from today, I add quickly, decided that he would headline me in November or September or one of those months, because Vegas was a very seasonal town in those years. And in the winter months, you could truly shoot off a cannon and never hit anybody, you know. So decided that I should open the winter months, right? And what he didn't count on was that the locals that we had been playing to all those years in the lounges came out in droves. And so we set all kind of records, have nothing to do with us, but just the people that had been loyal to us over the years.
You set the world record, and they didn't come to see someone, doing nickel slots. They came to see you, so you set that record.
Well, it was a wonderful feeling to walk out there and see people, much less that many people.
Not just your cousin in the corner.
That's right. Right.
Who people are worried about. Now, you've had so many people over the years, come to your defense or say, like Jack Benny, say, well, if he's not coming, I'm not coming. I mean, people are loyal to him for a reason. Do you remember, where it started, where people started to say, wait, this guy's good, we like him, we're on his side?
It was a very interesting time, because if you look at my generation, if you look at my contemporaries, they were the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, a lot of the English invasion that had come over. And here I was, a throwback to the generation of Frank Sinatra musically, and Mr. Benny and Mr. Burns and Mr. Hope. Those people kind of took me under their wing because they wanted to make sure I survived, because I was coming along at a time and doing the kind of music that people my age didn't do. And so when I talk about those people, and you'll see some of them tonight in the show, I regret, if I have any regrets, it's the fact that I didn't realize the importance of their love and affection and loyalty to me at the time, because I was a young kid, and we just were going from day to day, and those people really stepped up. And when things were bad for me, the first call I got was from one of them saying, "Hey, hang in there. If there's anything you need, call us."
And even like you said, the younger generation, I mean, Elvis would come out and say, "Hi, I'm Wayne Newton."
He did, and in fact, I have it on tape.
His own concerts, he did it, not just at parties.
Right, and it's so funny because Elvis and I became dear friends, and we became dear friends because we were both dating the same girl and didn't know it. Didn't know that the other one was dating the same girl. And I was on a plane coming back from Los Angeles, and I feel this presence next to me. I'd never met Elvis at that point. And I looked at him, and he said, "Hi." And I said, "Hi." And, of course, it was Elvis. And he said, "Do you know a young lady by the name of..." And I said, "As a matter of fact, we're dating." And he said, "So are we." And we both cracked up, and from that point on, we became dear, dear friends. He came to my dressing room one night, and he had a Star of David on. Now, I know that Elvis was raised a Baptist, right? And I said to him, "What are you doing with wearing a Star of David?" And he said, "I just don't want to get left out on a technicality." So he
covering his bases, his religious bases.
Exactly.
That's really great.
Tremendous sense of humor.
Wayne, I can't thank you enough. You are the man. I'm so happy for whatever 10
Chance.
generations of success.
To be continued.